Hey guys, welcome to Beyond the Veil. I am Adina. I am your psychic medium, busted ass baby. Um, Big mama busted baby. Cause I'm a Florida girl. That's why I call myself a busted baby, y'all. If y'all don't remember where that term comes from, it's a Plies song, Busted Baby. Plies and Neo. I just made it a term of endearment for you guys one day because it just seems so fitting. So that's why I call you guys my busted babies. Good Sunday afternoon. It's 2:55 here in Florida. I am on my third reading for the day. This one is going to be on Jennifer Lopez because she's going through a divorce, and I mentioned in either my Evelyn reading this morning or in my Sony reading that as Pluto is getting ready to hit Capricorn again. Pluto is in retrograde for the last time before it commences on its descent all the way into Aquarius. Before it does, it's going to hit Capricorn one more time for a few months, I believe, starting in November. And it won't be pretty because this is the last time it's going to backpedal and pussy pop in Capricorn, and it's been there for a long time. Not only was it stationed there direct, and then it went on a series over the past several years, maybe 3 years, of retrograding back and forth, in and out, because it needs us to see where we're headed, and it needs to continue to have us deal with establishments and institutions. It's not going retrograde all this time for itself. It's doing that so that we see what's on the other side, see where the world is heading, and then also take a look at where we are and where we've come from so that we know what needs to change. Because Pluto is going to change us, whether we like it or not. But it would love for us to do it willingly so that it doesn't have to drag us through the mud or the underworld with it. If you are dealing with health issues right now, especially some that are genetic or family oriented, you better be on it now. Start getting it taken care of now. Because come January, if you have not dealt with the things that Pluto and Capricorn has been telling you to deal with, and it has to do with the family establishment, careers, families, whatever establishment you have been in for the past couple of decades. Tidy up those ends and be prepared to make the necessary changes that you've already been made aware of. Because once January comes around, it's going to be tough or it's going to get better. That all depends on the actions that you take right now. J-Lo, you're going through another divorce. Since Pluto has been in Capricorn, is this your second divorce, meaning your second marriage? Now, I don't judge women who have multiple marriages. I would probably get married again someday. What that would look like, I don't know. What it would take for me to get there, I don't know. Because I don't have that much optimism in finding a partner in life for myself, a suitable partner in life for myself. I could choose any partner available to me now, but one that feels good to my nervous system and makes me feel safe and secure and supported. I don't know if I'll ever be able to trust anybody like that again, especially after what just happened to me with Natasha and Andrew. I don't know if I want to, but it's not because I'm not learning the lessons or I haven't done the necessary work. Shadow work, light work, all the work. I'm in a good place. And a couple years ago, I was saying I will never, ever, ever get married, let alone be in another relationship. Just recently, I found myself releasing all of that hurt, that pain, that bitterness that I didn't even know was bitterness, and that unforgiveness because of what it was doing inside of my body. And it freed me. And it didn't make me afraid of relationships. It doesn't matter if I have one or not. I'm not afraid of them anymore. I'm not even afraid of the risk of getting hurt because I'm so secure within myself now, thanks to this last situation with Andrew and Natasha. It did more good to me than the harm that I saw. And that's on a holistic level. So I did the necessary work and I was broken in order to shed the skin like a snake. J-Lo, will you take this opportunity of brokenness to shed your skin? Because multiple marriages, especially in one transit, but multiple marriages within your lifetime, 3 or more, no matter what society tells you, because society has lost so many of its values, there's nothing wrong with finding love. What's being highlighted here is a bigger issue than just wanting to find love. Because I believe that the men that you married weren't men that you loved. And this is just me before I even get in the reading. You know, assuming. This is me assuming on my opinions. And I always state, if I'm going to state my opinion, before I get into a reading, or I'll give a disclaimer so that I don't convolute the two. J-Lo, love and marriage don't have to be one and the same. Marriage in this culture is a business merger. It's great if love is involved, but J-Lo, what you're doing is something else. And at the core of it, I do think that you want love. I just think that it's tainted by something else that's causing you to not be able to find it within yourself, therefore within others. But you settle for what may look or appear like love, what you can make to seem like love. Methinks if you waited around for love, true love to find you, you might feel like you'll never get married. It seems at the core of it with you, Leo, J-Lo, I'm talking directly to you, not all Leos. It's something about you that maybe feels like you are incapable of being loved genuinely. So you settle. Now, I don't know. I've been there, so it sounds familiar to me, but we'll see. I'll end my opinion and my conjecture here, and I'll just get into the reading. Most High Mother and Father God, I thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for these people that I share this day with. Thank you for this platform, for giving me the opportunity to be seen, heard, and to be a part of a community. Thank you for J-Lo, for giving us years of entertainment, one way or the other, good or bad. Most High Mother and Father God, please allow me to see, to speak to conjure up the spirit and the soul of Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez. Jenny from the block. J-Lo. Jennifer Lopez in all your Leo glory. It's a good thing I did this in Virgo season and not in Leo season. Because Virgo season will humble you. Virgos are very critical. So they will tell you what your faults are because they can see them. Even the ones that are fine and minute, a Virgo can see it and they will point it out to you. Now, how they deliver it may or may not be the best, and their intentions for telling you may or may not be the best, but I found that whether you like it or not, or whether it comes from a good place or not, there's always some truth in their critique. I have a very big appreciation for Virgos. They're like cough syrup to me. And I hate cough syrup, but you need it sometimes. I hate my own elderberry syrup that I make. But if I'm sick, I'm going to take it. If I don't want to get sick, I'm going to take it. A spoonful a day keeps the doctor away. And I hate it, but I take it. That's a Virgo. They're cough syrup. J-Lo, Most High Mother and Father God. Upon arrival of J-Lo's spirit or soul, as she is going through yet another public divorce, what message from the oracles do you have pertaining to J-Lo for J-Lo in her quest for love in the cycle of loss? Your commitment is being tested in reverse. This commitment ain't being tested. This ain't just something that they're going through to test their strength with each other. And this is the first quarter full moon, meaning, and it's in reverse, meaning as soon as it started, it ended. And it should have never been picked back up. They should have never been together in the first place. But you know, you meet people, you date, and that's when you determine whether you're good for each other. Both of them knew. Both of them knew from the first go round that they had no business being together. Both of them were desperate for various reasons. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Capricorn. I'm talking about Pluto moving back into Capricorn and testing establishments and entities, including that of the family. The last established entity or institution, and the last to be touched by Pluto, but the first institution in mankind, the family unit, the institution of marriage or union between a man and a woman that created the rest of the world. Because without a man and a woman populating, none of us would be here. None of us. So the institution of family and marriage is going to be tested in this last run with Pluto. And not tested, but shaken like a tree. Shaken. So whatever comes out, the good or the bad, we can take stock of it going into Aquarius. See what needs to be kept. See what needs to go or be reformed. You're very close to achieving your goal. The only card that came out upright was the full moon in Capricorn. The end of a tough cycle approaches. And Pluto in Capricorn, this is its last go round, and it'll only last a couple of months before it goes into Aquarius, and it stays there for the next 20-something years. This is the only card upright, which lets me know the ending of Jennifer Lopez's most recent marriage is the only thing about that marriage that was meant to be. Is that it ain't meant to be. Bring love into the situation. Aquarius. New moon in Aquarius. Full moon in Capricorn. I can't make it up. And I started this off with astrology. No cards needed. But it all aligns. You weren't supposed to go into Pluto in Aquarius with this same marriage, Jennifer Lopez, nor were you supposed to go in any marriage. Methinks this will be your last marriage. Even if you get into another relationship, I don't think that you're going to get married ever again. And I'm not saying that as a condemnation. It's just what it is what it is. I believe that's what's going to happen. I don't feel any way about it. I think it's a good thing, because whatever it is that you're evading, the shadow work that you're evading, you're not being allowed to evade anything anymore. You will have to deal one way or the other. It doesn't matter how much power you wield in this earth. Pluto is way more powerful. It rules the cycles of life and death. Who do you think you are when it comes to Pluto? If it says it ain't meant to be, it will make it so that it's not. And if you don't let go of it, it will either rip it from you or cause you to not be able to fulfill your duties. Imagine had they not got divorced and one of them got a serious health issue. one that impeded the progress of the marriage. A la alcoholism. Because this man was dealing with, Ben Affleck was dealing with alcoholism. And at some point before he got with you, it was said that he was sober and he got with you. And now it's said that he's been drinking again. Now, those are rumors. I don't know anything about that. I don't know that much about their relationship. But what I'm saying is sobriety and healthiness is what Ben Affleck was supposed to take away from Pluto and Capricorn. Jennifer Lopez wasn't supposed to get remarried to this man. You were supposed to focus on your own healing, Jennifer Lopez, because you got a lot of stuff that you could be dealing with, not just healing, but you've got a lot of stuff on your plate that it seems like you use relationships. Whenever you are being forced to sit with yourself, that's when it seems like you find a relationship to shift your focus into, because sitting with yourself might break you. And it needs to. Jennifer Lopez. I wonder if your brujeria woman is a healer, and whether she gives you this same advice or whether she just does the work that you commission her to do without any regard for your soul. I'm just wondering, because you've been seeing one for a long time. And it's like seeing a doctor but not getting healed, just getting prescriptions. Most High Mother and Father God, can you show me how Jennifer feels about this divorce from Ben Affleck? Can you show me her marriage to Ben? Better yet, why did Jennifer Lopez get married to Ben Affleck? And why are they getting a divorce? Show me the energy of Jennifer Lopez within her marriage. I like to see it from her perspective. And I don't know how many times Ben Affleck has been married. And it's not to say that I'm putting all the blame on Jennifer. It's just I'm focusing on her in this particular reading. I know a lot of people, when you hold one party accountable, they like to say, yeah, but, especially women, they say, yeah, but men. Yeah, but men. If you do that, then there's never any way for anyone to heal, change, or progress. There's always two sides to a coin. But you got to still be accountable for your side. And so in conversations like that, I always say, I don't give a fuck about the other party right now. We're talking about you. If you would like for me to talk about them, then wait for me to decide to read them, because there's accountability for all parties. But I think that women could do themselves some justice, or people could do themselves some justice, of when the focus is being put on a certain party. It's not always to place the blame solely on them, but we have to look at and separate two human beings that are in a relationship before you can say, yeah, I did it, but what about men? They do this and they do this. Well, they do. But let's talk about Jennifer right now, because to be honest, in relationships, nothing goes down without our consent. If we don't consent to sex, then it's rape. Men aren't forcing us into marriage. They propose, we accept, we get married. And a lot of times we're the pressing party for it. So my views are that a lot of things that women hold themselves a victim for, we have control or power over. It's just that we tend to get caught up in our emotions and the fantasies and fallacies that make us feel good. We don't like to feel accountable. That's a masculine trait. We want to be princess life, soft life. But you can do that. You can get to soft life with a little bit of accountability, so that you don't keep living your life based on fallacies and feelings. Jennifer Lopez, talk to me about your marriage to Ben and why it's ending, why it started. Speak from your soul, Jennifer Lopez. I'd like to see your soul and keep nothing hidden from me. Oh, speaking of fallacies and fantasies, it's what Jennifer wanted, despite knowing about Ben's alcoholism, because it was always an issue for her. I've heard Jennifer say she doesn't drink. So it's funny that she just came out with a liquor brand because she's married to a man that was an alcoholic, and she said before she doesn't drink alcohol. Jennifer, I think now, is realizing the fantasy of this romance that she had with Ben was all a delusion. It was a fantasy the whole time. I do think that Ben is also drinking again, and that is a big issue for her because he can't be handled when he's drunk. Can't be controlled and handled like that. He acts out, he rebels, he shows his displeasure in their union and whatever they have going on. And it's forcing a reality moment for Jennifer. It's forcing her to look at the situation, look at what it is. They're always being filmed, looking unhappy with each other. She can't hide or run away from this one. Nine of Swords, challenging. Jennifer, it's what bothers you a lot right now is that everybody was right. Your ego. Everybody was right. And that's really bothering you now. Because you would have liked to turn this into a redemption moment for you. The one, because they always said that, you know what? The things that they said about you in the past that caused Ben to not want to be with you like that. The white people that you wanted so badly to be accepted by. Like, I know a lot of Latin people, not all of you guys, please don't think I'm calling you out for that, because I love y'all. I love your food. I love your music. I love your dances. I love people. But I also lived in South Florida for 15 years, in Florida all my life. So I'm familiar with the nuances within the Latin culture. And I'm aware that a lot of them will abandon all semblances of everything else to get into the whites. Years ago, Jennifer, you felt like his world didn't think you were worthy of him. Oh, but baby, you got him, you married him. And your ego needed for you to make this work, to show them. To show them that you were good enough. Now, everything that they said about you in the beginning and everything that they said about you guys' relationships is coming to fruition. It didn't get a chance to the first time because it ended. Oh, but now that it played out, everybody was right. Here's Jennifer. This is a Leo card. She was seeking to handle him. When they got married, she thought, he's a shell of a man, and that's okay. I can tame that lion. Me, my contacts in the media and entertainment, We can handle him. And Jennifer was always handling Ben. From the moment they got back together, from the moment he receded into their relationship, because he did. This doesn't give me love. This gives me, what else I got? I'm speaking as a drunk man, you know, what else I gotta lose? Fuck it. Might as well just go ahead and marry Jen because my life is ruined. I'll never do. And Jennifer was there. Like, oh, Papi, please come back to me. Come back. I'll do whatever you want me to. Not like that voice, because she don't have an accent like that. If I had my love and I gave you all my trust, would you come on me? You were always holding him up for those photo opportunities, fixing his face, fixing his clothes, telling him this, making him do that. We gotta go here. We have to look this way, bend this. This wasn't a marriage. This was you being his handler and a man that just didn't give a fuck anymore. The divorce will happen near future. They ain't getting back together. I have opinions. Methinks Jennifer probably would have continued to handle him if not for something, because she knew what she signed up for with this man. So I'm curious as to the divorce. This blow to her ego. She would have continued to prop him up if she felt like she could. Something got out of her control. One of you guys have a lot of... Jennifer, I'm going to say this is you because this is a fire sign card. You've done a lot in the industry. I've heard someone say that something, I think they said that Suge Knight said that Diddy's tapes had something to do with J-Lo's divorce. Probably. Because this, to me, looks like Jennifer's deeds in the industry. She's been in the industry, for a while. But things she's done, things she was a part of to get to where she is something that's always kind of been a burden on her back. Her time with Diddy, now I'll clarify this to see if this is the Diddy situation, but her time with Diddy and what Diddy is going through would absolutely be considered a burden to her career, to her life. She ran away to get away from that lifestyle and the things that Diddy was involved in, that she got involved in. So I absolutely believe, Jenny, that your name has been brought up in some way. Not saying in an accusatory way, but in a way that you don't want to be associated with, especially now that you've done everything you can, image-wise, to wash off the stench of your time in hip-hop. That's one of the reasons why your marriage to Ben was so important to you. He's the only white man who was interested in marrying you and who would have given you some clout. If he's not the only white man who would have been interested in marrying you, he's the only white man that would have given you some clout, rather you giving them some clout had you married them. That's why you were willing to be his handler, just to have him. Oh, J-Lo, for one, nobody supported you guys being together. I don't think in your camp or his camp, especially his. They never accepted you because, Jennifer, because of your start in the industry. You were too urban. You were Jenny from the block. You were on In Living Color. You were with Diddy. You made songs with Ja Rule, and you were a part of hip hop for a while. The people that you wanted to be accepted by didn't accept you, and you couldn't go as far as you have went now if you continued to do hip hop. The elite circles that you wanted to be a part of wasn't going to take a Latina in hip hop. You seemed confused. You didn't know whether you wanted to be a Latina or a black woman. And something about this card lets me, I see in my mind, I can almost hear conversations, those, uppity white folks that you wanted so badly to be a part. It's not that they were just racist, it's also elitist. First and foremost, it's elitism. Secondly, racism. Because if you have some blue blood in your vein from somewhere, even if you had to claw yourselves out of the black community and become something, they'll accept that. They'll accept a powerful, wealthy black, one that has some class and eliteness behind them. You, Jennifer, it seems like it's more difficult for you to be accepted than a black person. They turn their noses up at you. White women, I see specifically, because the white men, they'll fuck you. Absolutely. It was the women, though. They were the nastiest to you. You needed to marry a white man so that you could outpower white women. They were the ones that you needed to flaunt in their faces. The likes of Jennifer and her friends. Oh, they were the ones that you needed to impress. White women, because they were the ones that made you feel less than. Unfortunately, your associations. The Hangman in reverse in this instance, I don't really understand, but I would like to say that some things about you or you and Ben are coming to light. Some things that you probably would have thought that you never would have had anything to do with. The Diddy tapes. Maybe. This is also an aha moment for you, Jennifer. You are starting to see something in a different way. You're having a different perspective because it's being forced on you. Not because you came to this moment of enlightenment on your own. Something's a-coming for you, Jennifer. Seems like you had to do that to get out of something. Now, I don't know if this is something about Ben that you just can't deal with anymore. I don't think so, though. Ace of Wands in reverse. That shooting at that nightclub with P. Diddy. P. Diddy and Shine. That Shine took the charge for. But it was always said that Diddy actually did it. And you were there that night. And you were able to get out of that situation and keep your career. And after that, that is when you moved out of the hip hop community and you did that horrible movie and start doing a whole bunch of horrible white movies that never went anywhere. You were doing your best to wash that stench off of you. But here it is. Here it is. Hopes and fears. Is this your attorney? Is he doing his own investigation or preparations to prepare you for something that may be coming? Divorce or otherwise. I would expect to see an attorney here if we're talking about divorce, but I would have expected to see this in the Hierophant card, not in your hopes and fears. So your divorce isn't the only thing your attorneys are working on your behalf. And you're hoping, not about your divorce, because those arrangements were taken care of very much so previous to the marriage. You're not worried about what you can get from this divorce. You're worried about your attorney being able to handle that other thing for you. Outcome, this won't be good for you. For one, this looks like Ben being a drunk. They will probably leak that he had started drinking again, or it will come out that he's been drinking again, because I've already heard it. And they may say that that is why Jennifer has left him, because of the drinking again. I don't necessarily believe it, because on the bottom of the deck, I see lies and allegations here with this. Where'd it go? Because there was another card here. Oh, okay. 7 of Swords and 3 of Swords. Those are allegations to me. In between that, a Chariot, a merger of some sort. Looks like Jennifer needed to merge with a white man after Diddy because of those allegations. I'm going to start with the Temperance in reverse, the outcome. The Fool in reverse. Jennifer, if you try to blame Ben's alcoholism for the reason of your divorce, his side will not let you get away with that. You know what? It's not even his side. It's Dunkin' Donuts. Because they have a deal with him and they are very pleased. They are very pleased with Ben representing them. And they are also white. And Ben is also white. And Ben also has very high connections in very high places that we won't speak on here. If you think that you are going, and this is going to happen as the outcome, this divorce will not play out smoothly, because it's been leaked that Ben has been drinking again. Dunkin' Donuts ain't going to let your camp do that, Jennifer. This will be nasty. They're not going to let you take down this man who is embedded, very wealthy. He is the son, it seems like, of someone that's very wealthy. Seems like he may come from a very well-connected family or be more beloved than you are, J-Lo. This is how they see you, as a Page of Wands in reverse. Not even a Queen of Wands. J-Lo, I'm going to have to say that this is almost karma for you. Because Pluto in Capricorn has been trying to get you into formation, but you lead by your ego. You will be humbled if you think you finna do this to somebody who's embedded into society, meaning a lily white male that comes from affluence and that is well connected. If you take him down, they'll take you down with them. The Hermit. Hopes and fears. Oh. Now, I would say that this is taking money in the divorce, but no. Taking money not to talk. Hi, Dina. Thank you for... Hi, Kara Lewis, 2174. I love you. There's an attorney who is, she's hoping, can pay somebody off to be quiet. Either she was paid off to be quiet. paid handsomely after she left Diddy. I see Brujeria here. Jennifer, I believe that you were a part of the Diddy rituals that they speak about, that are rumored. J-Lo, you were paid off by Team Diddy when that Shine situation happened, and you wouldn't have been silent if not. Because you're a powerful Latina woman who was dealing with a self-hating black man. So absolutely, you could have made your demands, and they would have paid you handsomely to move on and to plead the fifth. That's what they did here. But it seems like through this investigation, they've been digging through things from Diddy's past. You came up. Oh boy, here's the because I saw these on the bottom, but now here they are. That shooting. You were there. You guys left together. You fled. Then you fled the relationship. That is why. And yes, I do believe that you were doing rituals with him too, because that's your lifestyle. That's his lifestyle. Y'all were both, y'all had a lot in common. Would have been great if Jennifer wasn't just trying to, use P. Diddy and stuff like that for what she could. But I'm here to tell you, P. Diddy, you would have never been able to ride off into the sunset with Jennifer Lopez. She was always going to dump you once she got enough from you, because her goal was to become white. Ace of Wands in reverse. That's shooting. I believe that's what it is. Oh, yes. It went in you guys' favor back then because Diddy was in power. And Shine went to prison for it. But then he got out and started talking. And other people started talking. And now the investigation. That has more to do with why you and Ben are getting divorced than anything. And that also has a lot more to do with why this divorce may not go smooth. They will try to bury you, Jennifer. If you think that Team Ben, which is a massive army, I don't care what army you got, they'll take you down along with Diddy. They will do everything they can to tie you to it if you try to disassociate yourselves from it. Team Ben will make sure and whatever you were supposed to get per a divorce, because I think maybe you guys may have had something mutually beneficial. It's going to be a nasty divorce for you, Jennifer, because your past seems to be coming back to haunt you. Near future, the Hierophant in reverse. The Empress came out. Is that his mother? Your mama? I don't know if this is Ben's mother, his ex-wives, or women. Seems like they are going to step in around Ben to protect him. Someone will say you became his wife knowing his situation. They're going to want you to not leak anything, Jennifer. They're going to tell you that if you speak, they will bury you. Is that what they're telling you now? Oh, Jennifer, your ego did get in the way. Your ego got in the way big time here. You were trying to flex on the wrong people. No, I see either his mother or Jennifer Garner. She may step in again and be another prominent figure in his life along with other women in either his family or his close group. Something about the kids. He'll need help because he's struggling with this, or some kind of struggle to get away from Jennifer. They think she's a sinking ship with this Diddy situation. Fooling around with black guys. Somebody is saying, like, somebody is talking to Ben like, we told you. You knew this about her. We told you that her past. They're reiterating things that they used to say, and now that it's coming to fruition, they're having to step in and clean up this mess of a marriage. Things are going to get nasty for you, Jennifer. Not even going to lie, because Team Ben is going to move in. I want to look into this Nine of Swords in reverse challenging. Yeah, this was a merger. This relationship with you guys, everybody was saying that it wasn't supposed to work. Everybody knew it wasn't. Jennifer, you were determined. You were determined. This is willpower and determination, not love. You were determined to make this work. For those reasons, oh, darling Jennifer. Three of Cups in reverse. I'll just say that you were determined to make it work because you were left out of the cool club. Ben gets you in to the circles that you want to be in. They didn't like you in the past because something about leaking things and then denying it. Jennifer, you would call paparazzi and things like that and leak things to the media. That's one of the reasons why his family and his peers never liked you, because you were trying to force that relationship. It was never natural. As soon as you got into it, even back then, you were leaking things to the media, calling the paparazzi on you guys. And his circle knew that you were just out for the clout back then. That's why they didn't accept you. It wasn't just because you're a Latina. It was because you were thirsty and desperate. And these were people who were either born into their wealth in society or their white privilege got them there. You were too thirsty. Strength in reverse. Strength challenge. It seems like when this man married you, he was struggling with depression. You guys got back together. He was struggling with his depression, but for whatever reason, he made a conscious decision to be with you. It wasn't out of love. It was some kind of logical reason. He didn't seem like he liked the celebrity lifestyle or your controllingness, your thirstiness, your ego. It seems like he thought that maybe you had changed when he wanted to give you another go. But your ego, again, leaking stuff, controlling, snapped him right out of it. Methinks Ben won the divorce, not Jen. She may have just been the one to file for it first, once he said he was going to leave her, but this man was checked out. Jennifer was holding things together. This man had checked out a long time ago. He would have filed for divorce. Jen got to it first to save her ego. There was no love in this relationship, and I'm looking into the ego card. No love. But Jen wanted to be seen a certain way because of her rejection issues from the white community. At the end of the day, and before the day ends, Ben isn't going to have to or desire to do a thing about stopping you from this divorce. And don't expect to see Ben, because we never have, coming out, leaking things or things like that. His team will do it. Jennifer, good luck. This divorce may be the one that takes you down into glory, because before you were just his girlfriend. Now you're his wife, and now they think that you've been leaking or will leak, that you're leaving him because of his drinking. They won't let you do that when he has endorsements, deals, brands, and connections. Mudslinging, not from Ben, but from his team. The battle of the teams. And I don't know if this is going to go down well for you, Jenny from the block, but we'll see. Love you guys. Bye.